good afternoon. Thank you so much for taking your time to come here and listen to what I have to say today. I started my life, went through school, did what was expected. I finished college with a degree in education. Not only was I going to be a good teacher, I was going to be the best teacher ever. But life had different plans for me. I started teaching 5th through 8th grade. I loved the students before and after the bell rang. And they loved me before and after the bell rang. But in those hours in between, I was not in my comfort zone. I studied, I prepared. It was as if I was preparing to take a math test that day, and I showed up, and they gave me an English test. Wait. I wasn't preparing for English, I was preparing for math. Do you know how that feels when you go to school one day and you think you're taking notes and it's a major test that day? Your stomach gets knots in it. You start to sweat. You get a panic. This was not what I expected today. I expected to take my math test, not my English. I expected to take notes, not to take a major exam. And that's how I felt. When I prepared for my day, I showed up in class, I started to teach, and the students had different plans. They were not there to sit quietly and listen to Mrs. Fontenot give her lessons. It was totally a mismatch. It was like oil and vinegar. It was just, or is it oil and water? Different, wrong analogy, sorry. But it was just salad dressing. I am hungry. But I was just not in my comfort zone. So after 3 years of teaching, of changing schools, of changing grade levels, I thought, certainly it has got to work. I've studied, I have a degree, I work hard, I love these kids. But I am not cut up for teaching 22 to 25 years old. So what I expected was a career of teaching. And at 25 years old, I had a degree in education and never wanted to teach again. What was I going to do? So I looked to my friends. I said, who among my friends at 25 likes their job, gets a decent salary, and can get a job anywhere in the United States of America? And so I have 2 friends who are occupational therapists. So I said, let me see what that's all about. So I observed where they worked. I said, I cannot teach anymore. It is not for me. So what else is out there that I could possibly do? So I observed physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech-language pathology. And I found one that they will pay you to talk. And that's the job for me, speech-language pathology. So at 25 years old, I took a course for my GRE to take a graduate examination to get into grad school. And at 25, I started grad school. I had to learn new skills. I had to study. I had to do clinical hours. I had to do things I had never thought about doing before, and certainly things I had never done before. And I was blessed to finish graduate school and get a job as a speech-language pathologist. And at 18 and at 22 and even at 25, I had no idea that's where I would end up at 27. And that lesson with my career has helped me tremendously in another life's adventure, being the parent of a child with Down syndrome. After having 2 typical children, my 3rd bundle of joy came out, and I looked at her, and my husband looked at her, and he said, honey, do we have a healthy baby girl there? I said, well, she does have Down syndrome. He goes, I thought she looked like a little girl I know who has Down syndrome. I said, yeah, honey. And I felt just like I did when I was teaching. When I would prepare my lessons for the day, and I would go in that classroom, and the students would have something totally different in mind. I felt just like I did when I was preparing for that math test, and then they gave me an English test. And I said, I have a totally different skill set to do this job than I expected to do. And then, just like my career change, I had to learn a new set of rules, learn a new set of skills, learn to be in places I never thought I would be. And so my message to you, each and every one of you today, is that you may be in a position where you think every day, oh, I'm going to my job as a banker. And you show up at your job as a banker and they say, guess what? You're doing applied physics today, but you're not a physicist. Well, guess what? You may not be an applied physicist, but if you need to learn a few things to get you through this new situation, the Down Syndrome Association of Houston is here to help you. And can you do it? Can you learn it? I am here as witness to say, yes, you can learn a new skill set. And you don't have to learn the whole skill set in the first 20 minutes today. You learn what you need to know each step of the way. So with the Down Syndrome Association of Houston and all of the other families who have been through the same experience, who are with you every step of the way, with a child of a similar age, who are further down the path, that have the 14-year-olds and 22-year-olds and 11-year-olds. They are here to help you, and we are here to help teach you those skills, give you the confidence to do what you need to do in this new and unexpected phase of your life. So please join our group, and we will be happy to help you any way we can. Thank you.